that. Okay, we don't have any minutes to talk about because there's too much other work that's gotta be done today. So I sent you a copy of what I called informal but official agendas. Before I do that, I want to take a couple of personal moments. I would like to recommend that the town hire somebody $25 an hour for 4 hours a week, plus transportation mileage to run the roads, to look at where do we need to put gravel for on the sides of the road so we don't lose the shoulders. Where do we need stop signs if we need them? Where do we need to have, yeah, where do we need to have trees cut, that kind of thing. For 3 years, all we've talked about is asphalt. We haven't talked about any of this internal stuff. And I'm not really sure that we have, well, anyway. So my idea would be to have this person who is knowledgeable to do it, run the roads during that time frame, and come back to us with a report and say, okay, this is what we need to, this is what I think we need to have done. I think this portion of this road should be, trees should be cut. That's not, because I'm not bringing it up as a motion, it's not official, it's just my recommendation. If the committee wants to make a motion to do that, that's fine. If not, then I'll leave it as my personal recommendation. So that's the first sheet that you've got. Actually, it's the third sheet you've got. And what I did is okay. So that's the third sheet that you've got. It's got the spreadsheet on it. And that's my thoughts about having somebody do the work to run the roads. So we can eventually talk about what road do we wanna refix the shoulders on, so we don't lose the sides of the asphalt, et cetera, et cetera. That's my first thing personal. Second one is that I would recommend to the town that they go down to the sand sheds, have somebody take the culverts that are down there now, the corrugated metal pipe bad culverts, and get rid of them. Take the culverts that are down there now, the plastic culverts, and line them up where the pine trees used to be, putting the biggest culverts to the left and moving to the right with smaller lengths. The 18-inch culverts has 4 different sizes down there, so take the longest 18-inch culvert, put that on the left, and as you come down, have your shorter length, so that when we go to look at the culverts, they're there and they're visible in the available place. The guesstimate cost on that was about $600. Again, it's not at this stage, it's not a motion before the committee. It's just my recommendation to the town to do that. Any comments or questions from anybody? Okay. Good. So the other thing that we went over, and the numbers that I gave you on that piece of paper are not correct. Shannon and I just went over the monthly numbers of monies available to us until June 30th of 2027. So currently we have $691,000 in our reserve. There is $150,000 in the 25-26 maintenance budget that has not been expended yet. That will turn over into reserve 1 July. There is $250,000 that we voted on for the reserve a week ago at town meeting. And if you take the 26-27 budget and take out all of the, as I understand it, all of the accounts that are kind of, call them a contract account, like the painting, like the sweeping, take all of that out. That leaves for culverts and gravel and ditching and that kind of trees and things, that leaves $999,000. So until 30 June of 2027. The roads has approximately $1,190,000 available to spend. Okay.
Hi. Now,
We're closed on Monday.
Yes, we're closed today.
us
The office is closed today.
today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay,
See ya.
so
you go out there and lock that?
Lock it.
Yeah, it's locked. Thank you. You're the closest guy.
So we have contracted out already 6 road wearing surfaces for 290 plus change. And 2 road reclaims for 237 plus change. That's already been contracted out. So taking a million plus and subtracting the 700,000, that leaves available to do whatever, any other work that the town would like to have done, $415,000.
Tom, what was?
Question?
Yeah, the 774, what was that again? Added together, that's the 290 plus the 237,
That's
plus what
correct.
else?
That's it. I'm sorry. It may not be it, because I was using some wrong figures.
Okay. I just didn't see anything that adds up to 774.
It probably isn't.
We
Okay,
updated the 6 roads and 2 reclaims.
okay,
Right under there.
all right.
290.
So it's really 528 instead of 774.
Okay. But thank you.
You want it changed?
Yes,
Yeah,
oh
and
yeah,
528 is to the nearest thousand. I didn't figure the change.
What are, in the 2 roads for reclaim, what are those 2?
905.
Say again?
What are the 2 roads for
That's-
reclaim?
The top one.
Hard
is-
travel.
That's Hartscrabble and
hard
Fairbanks.
travel in Fairbanks, because that's the only
And
two,
I think that's each like
Yeah.
672.
That's
in there on the bottom.
it.
I think it is.
that's what they bid to, that's.
Oh,
the
that's
bid.
the 2 alternate.
Close enough to help for
That was the
everybody.
2 alternate, that was the bid that came in.
Yeah,
You know, we know that there's gonna be more, but,
Yeah.
but that's the 2 bids that came in.
Now,
Yeah.
What I was looking for was how much is the town got available to spend on other things and or other asphalt projects?
yeah, Tom,
Okay, sure.
the, just to put context in what you have here, the 250 and the 99, at least the 250 for sure, is something you have to think about for spring projects, because that's not gonna be collected until, none of the 250 and 99 are available until October through the next April. So as far as what you have now, not next spring projects, but
Right,
now.
yeah.
Take off another $349,000.
Well, the treasurer has told us that she only wants us to spend $400,000.
That was
Well-
for the paving.
Yes,
I know, but that's, this number that's over here is everything. On the left is all the money. So if we only do the paving now, that leaves us in the fall and next spring, the rest of the money to spend. Looking as far as looking long term, am I not thinking right about that?
Well, we got the stuff that the stuff on this RFP, we need to see how that comes in, that probably will be okay. Well, what Lynn told you is she didn't want you to spend more than $400,000 before August. And that's really, and that was for a cash flow thing, but
Right.
but there was more than that available. Yeah, out of the 692 or 691. She didn't want you to spend more than 400,000 before August for her cash flow purposes.
Right,
And that really, that 691, the 150 is in the same category as far as funds availability, because those are funds that have already been collected from taxpayers that we haven't spent.
So. That leaves us that we've paid for the 6 road surfaces, we've paid for the 2 road reclaims. And now whatever the RFPs bring back in on preparing the 6 roads for wearing surface. Is gonna have to be added to that. Plus, we got the whatever we're gonna do for the 2 roads that we're gonna reclaim. Okay. So that, I just needed to have a feel for what monies were available between now and next June. So, because we know that the 6 roads and the reclaims have to be done this year. But anything that we're gonna do next year, like paving the 2 reclaims, can come out of the 672. Okay? Everybody's as confused as I am? Good, all right. So,
As long as we can pay for the 6 and the 2, that's what we're gonna talk about today,
yeah,
good.
okay, so what I wanna do next is to go to the next spreadsheet, it's got the pretty colors. And go through this spreadsheet. To make sure that each one of those projects that's available, you don't have pretty colors,
I
like,
need to get colors.
you want colors?
I don't
Can you handle it?
think I need them.
Okay.
What's the colors are just a different road, right?
It's just different round, right,
Okay.
okay, so. What I do when I make spreadsheets is I put an index on the right-hand side, left-hand side. So that's the original way that the spreadsheet came to me. And so what I do is instead of using row numbers, I use the index number. So on the Bessie Road. It talks about, if you take number 7, increasing the depth. When I looked at today, that depth needs to be down to specification.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
page 103.
Yeah.
Number 7,
Yeah,
okay. It says increase the depth. That culvert is, right now is 3 inches under the wearing surface. And again, now we're back into official. Committee mode, infrastructure mode, okay? So. Will, in the. Yeah. Our RFP, will it say that culvert needs to be buried 12 inches?
Is that the crossroad culvert?
No,
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 it's a
it's a driveway
It's a
culvert,
driveway.
sir.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the crossroads.
What the RFP says is all covers must be a minimum of 12 inches.
Okay, so then
That would.
that's covered.
Should.
Before I forget it, the other thing that I'm not sure, we don't have the RFP. We haven't talked about that yet, that's coming.
okay.
Okay. One of the things that, and I'm sure you guys in the RFP have done it, but we need to contract and tell the people whose driveways we're tearing apart that they can't go across them. Yeah, we're gonna be there on, when I say we, the contractor's gonna be there on Tuesday at 9 o'clock and he's gonna tear your driveway apart. Is there anything in the RFPs that tells the contractor that they have to tell the people in the houses they're gonna lose their driveway for that time frame?
Not right now.
Yeah, we should put that in the scheduling portion of our contract.
So
We also. Need to adjust that or to the. Match the depth of the ditch to the.
Yeah,
End of the culvert.
yeah, you don't wanna bury your culvert deeper than the bottom of the ditch, I don't know.
But we also
But
don't wanna leave it hanging up
No,
there,
no.
minimum 12 and then there's.
No.
Coming out of the ditch.
I think what they said is a minimum of 12 inches unless the road commissioner says otherwise. I think that's what's in there.
Or commissioner or
And-
designee says otherwise.
Designated.
And we're gonna talk about those in a minute, so let's,
Alright,
I wanna go through this list of
Alright.
things that we're doing.
yeah,
To see that everybody is still in agreement with what what we as a committee would like to tell the town that we'd like to do. So the lower driveway is gonna be automatic.
What's this?
Number 6.
Number 6 is talking about a house with 2 driveways. So it's
Oh, okay.
lower driveway is just describing that there's 2
All right,
driveways.
okay, then, I'm sorry, number 7, where it says increase the depth. That's gonna be covered by the RFP, it says it's gotta be a foot,
Okay,
is that correct? Okay, we had talked about not doing any patching or paving. Do we still want the contractor to patch the 2 areas in the Bessie Road that need to be fixed? Before we put the wiring surface on it?
I was hoping that the people doing the wiring service would put the patch in, not the patch, it would be permanent,
Yeah,
the
okay.
hot top.
So do we need to put that in the RFP for the wearing surface portion?
Yeah, so the way it is now, the asphalt driveways that need new culverts in this next RFP. It's written so that it'll be handled by whoever does the culvert work, cause Pike's contract doesn't include it right now.
Okay,
Okay,
So I look at it like Pike's doesn't include it, it's gonna be more difficult to try to get Pike's to now be amended
okay,
to change the scope of work.
but 8 and 9 are in our 2-inch base pavement. It's not a driveway. On the Bessie Road, 8 and 9 are on a 2-inch.
Are you saying the road needs to be repaired before they put the wearing course on? Is that what you're saying?
That's,
all of this needs to be done before the rest of it.
No, but right now, this Bessie Road, he's talking about, there's a portion of the road.
No, it's
Not
not,
driveways that needs to be repaired.
it's not the road,
Oh,
it's the driveways.
no, you don't have,
8 and 9 is
okay, yeah.
old patch that was put in over driveways, it's not in the road.
But what about, so 8 and 9 is not in the road itself? then?
Right.
Okay, so then that's okay the way it is. Is that correct? I mean.
I was just hoping that Pike was gonna do it so that we wouldn't have 2 joints in some of these driveways.
Okay.
The driveway would have the 1 joint in the driveway and it would all be nice coming out of the road.
here's our choices, okay?
I
We
understand.
we can. That's why Brian and I talked about this a little while.
Yeah.
My question was, is this culvert guy, is he gonna be putting down any hot mix asphalt? And Brian said yes over the culvert work. But another way to do it is to just do something temporary or have the people go over the gravel and then amend Pike's contract to go into, to do that. And that shouldn't be that hard. He's priced his asphalt by the ton. We can figure out how many more tons and
Well, it's,
and it may be a
they would
little
charge a
higher.
little bit more because it would be
Okay.
handwork.
Okay,
I would assume
All right,
they
but-
would charge more.
but-
for the top price.
but I don't know that he would charge, if he's out there, if that would be any more than paying the culvert guy to apply handwork for hot mix asphalt.
I think it would be cheaper.
So-
To have Pike do it.
So those are our options on the specs for the driveways, whether we want any HMA put in by the culvert guy. Or are we gonna amend the paving? Now, Pike's putting in, this wearing course on these roads. You'd wanna put in a base course over the driveway culverts and then the wearing course over that.
I don't believe that to be necessary in a driveway.
Just do
They
the,
don't.
just the surface flow.
Let's do the surface course over the driveway. Okay,
Do it,
Driveway
we stay in the
pavers
spec
typically
3
use
inches,
Yeah,
That's
so you could just do 3 inches.
of the 9 whatever it is, instead of
Yeah,
12, 9.5, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Most driveway pavers don't pave 2
Okay.
courses
Okay,
because of traffic.
so.
and do you think that would be better? To let Pike do
I
it?
think it would be more cost effective.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so does the committee recommend that Pike then do the asphalting of the driveways?
Yeah, if, as long as the driveways, as long as the culvert work is done.
This has to be.
Yeah,
done.
has to be
It's gotta be done before it's
Yeah,
done, so,
yeah, yeah.
okay, so then in. One of the things that then we're gonna recommend is that the Pike be additionally tasked. To do the driveways.
Yeah.
And in doing that, the contractor doing the driveways. Will then just put on a gravel base. Okay,
And it's gonna be so close in time
yeah,
that they can leave a lip in the cut that they make in the person's driveway, and they can drive over that because it's only gonna be for 2 weeks by the time it's happening.
well, do we want to do that? I wouldn't want a 2 inch gap in my driveway for 3 weeks to drive across it. I would want the contractor to gravel it.
Yeah.
And then let Pike take it out when they come in to put the gravel.
It's just added work to add on, but.
I know,
Well-
but so but it can be done either way. So what is your
Well, if
recommendation?
you're gonna do that, then have the culvert guy put in hot mix.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna put in gravel and then take out gravel, maybe it's better to just have the culvert guy do it. You guys tell me what you think's best.
Well, that's what I'm trying to find
Yeah.
out, sir.
What I was hoping. And this is just me hoping, if this is the road
Mhm,
and this is the driveway.
mhm.
If Pike comes in and does it, then there's one joint in the driveway,
Yeah.
Back to the original cut.
back to that cut. If the culvert guy does it, now there's two, there's one here and there's one there.
Mhm.
Just in a cleanliness effort and possibly easier for the consumer to.
Yeah.
Snow blow their driveway,
Mhm.
if we could get the one joint, it would be nicer. If we can't, and it doesn't make sense, then we have two joints.
I think the 2 inch would be okay. though.
Yeah,
For the owner of that driveway for a week or so, that.
Is it gonna be, but you said three.
Well, that he just.
And it's gonna be a very close window, cause we're mid-June and they wanna start in July 27th. I heard somebody say.
We don't have any time, that's the problem.
no, hey,
So,
it's gonna be it's gonna be short.
Okay,
Right.
Well, it's gonna be short because we hardly have enough time to get the culverts done.
yeah,
so,
so I think that it would be okay for those residents to
All right,
just drive
okay.
over that little.
so you recommend then that we let Pike do the asphalting?
And we could even make it a little ramp so they could be removed with a shovel.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
then that needs to go in the specs for the. That would need to go,
Talk to them, yeah.
well, however it's handled.
Yeah.
Some way it's gotta be handled. So,
Correct.
you know, so,
Yeah.
okay, so then what we'll do then is we'll ask Pike to asphalt the driveways, period.
Yeah.
And he'll do
Do
that,
we need to take a time out for the road commissioner?
he'll do that from the, this is gonna be written up anyway, so. But
Right.
we should, where
Well,
we should win, but,
Last week I got an email or text that
Okay.
said the road commissioner went out with Pike.
yes,
So it would seem pertinent that the road commissioner, the next time she goes out with Pike, would know that the plan.
Yeah,
Okay.
we need to do an amendment to their contract.
Yeah.
To cover that.
okay,
Now, okay, if I got a gravel driveway and you're replacing my culvert, does this what we just talked about matter?
No, because the
Okay.
line, they did
Okay,
do small and
okay, sure.
apron into your gravel driveway.
We need to have addresses. Do we have addresses of all these places?
Yes.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay, is it on this chart?
yes, sir.
All
And
right,
we identified
And-
paved versus gravel.
That's what-
Okay, it's
okay,
under current type,
driveway type, okay.
it says you got index road, location and current type.
Okay, the mailbox.
Oh,
All right.
And then three over, it says driveway cut and patch width. Over here,
Okay, all right,
So,
okay,
so the assumption is on number
Yeah.
96 Bessie says 12 foot. That's assume that's asphalt. And the
That-
only time it's different, it'll say gravel.
And it-
Other than that, they're all.
yeah, it does say gravel, they did write gravel in it, okay. So what we've decided, Shannon, is that we're gonna ask Pike to pave everything. Whoever's gonna do the ditch, whoever's gonna replace the culverts will leave a 2 inch hole in gravel, so then when Pike comes in, they'll cover that 2 inch hole. Or three, whatever it is,
This is a paved, if this is the road,
Mhm,
and this is a paved driveway.
okay,
mhm.
If the contractor that changes the culvert does the pavement, then there's gonna be two lots, right? Full joint lots.
Okay.
If we get Pike to do it, we can eliminate this one, and the resident would only have to one.
Okay.
okay,
To the driveway, yeah.
Yeah.
But see, if the culvert guy does it, you'll have one here, one there.
Okay,
If Pipe would do it at the same time.
Right.
And then we should just have one nice smooth job.
that's fine.
So going in, ma'am,
Okay,
question? Okay, so going to index 10. This is where we're talking about replacing a drive, culvert that's at the state. That's in the state right away. Do we do that?
Where are you?
Index 10.
Okay,
Just section.
Index
Yes.
10. Do we do, can we do that as a town? Do we need to go to the state? How is that handled? I don't know. That's why I'm asking the question.
this list was made on March 31st for the road commissioner to verify that. Check
Okay.
ownership responsibility of the state.
Okay,
In the way that the quantities that I took off do not include that. So I don't include shack replacement, I just left it out.
okay,
So your one, Brian, so your one, road culvert doesn't include this one on Green Tree, doesn't include number 10, it's a different one, right?
Well, I had the one, maybe I did put it in there. I didn't think I
What do
did.
you,
well, so my question is, can we do
No, that
that?
is it then, yeah.
Yeah, can we as a town do anything with that culvert?
That is it, Henry.
okay,
Can we as a town do anything with that culvert because it's in state property, or do we just take it out of the RFP that we give to the, I'm not gonna call it the culvert person. Cause that's basically they're doing culverts, but ditching everything. Do we give that to the culvert or do we not?
which
Yeah.
one?
Number 10, Green True Road, and it's in the state right away.
Oh,
We'll leave it.
So, you know, can we legally cut that out and replace it? Do we check with the state and see what they want? How should we handle that?
Main Street, like 133,
Mhm,
Yeah,
they just repaved that.
mhm.
Ditched it all.
You would think that that would be something that they would have done beforehand. Not our responsibility. I can confirm that with them.
Yeah.
But. I would think that they'd want us to tear up or cut what they just paved and repave it ourselves.
They didn't pay it, it's in the apron.
it's in the, yeah, it's in the right, it goes across Green Tree Road,
Right,
it goes across Green Tree Road, but they're saying it's in the state right away.
it's under our road, but it's.
It's under our road, but it's in the state right away.
so,
Here's what we do, we put it in the RFP as a separate item, so the RFP goes out. Meanwhile, Shannon checks with the state to find out if we can do it or not. And then when we open bids and make award, we either award that item or we don't.
okay, that, as long as that,
Leave it in that.
as long as
Yeah.
that question is answered, but as a separate entity.
It's the oldie road culvert that's in all the.
That's all this, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm happy taking it out, remove that spec, that was not.
Yeah, we didn't have a spec anyway, that saves us work.
Yeah.
And
So
does
that-
it have to be replaced? Is it something that must be done? What was
Exactly.
it, like, what if the state says, no, that's ours, don't mess with it?
Then that's what
Then
they
it's
say.
Then we take it out.
Then when it fails and wrecks our road, I hope they say, we'll come back and fix it.
Okay, but you think so you think it's gonna fail,
So
you
that
think it
is-
needs to be done?
Betsy Road has a similar thing, there's
Yeah.
culverts in the state right away, but it's
Yeah.
a plastic culvert,
Okay,
right?
All right.
This one's a metal culvert.
Yeah.
So
okay.
All right, so we're gonna ask Shannon then to check with the state to see what they instruct us to do with it. Either we can fix it or we can't, that's left in the state. All right, as far as the Green True Road, I haven't seen anything else in there that I have a question on. So now we're going down to index 21, Old Winthrop Road. And it talks about brush and stumping. It's pretty cut and dry. Okay. And I didn't see anything else in Old Winthrop Road going down to 28 that we need to worry about. Yes.
Except for the repaved 4 to 5 entrances below God Road.
yeah, 28 Old Winthrop Road. Is that what you're looking at, line number 28?
Yes,
There, yes,
Yeah.
paved, repaved, okay, I believe those are the same, they have a cold patch product in their entrances. That. Where a culvert has been changed in the past, and it was not hot topped. So I think we're looking to take out that coal patch and put it in hot top.
Okay, so that's not included currently with Pike.
Correct, it would fall into the same category with. That we want Pike to do those dry aprons.
Okay, so that's, again, that's then gonna be added into Pike's contract. Anything else about the old Winthrop
And
Road?
same thing with items 24 and 25.
That's all.
It'd be the same thing, previous pasture plot, both.
We're at
Yes.
24 and 25.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
117 upper driveway and 117 lower driveway.
Sure.
So that would be the same, Pike would have to have those. Yeah.
okay. So I listed in here 31 Berry Road. We're not doing the Berry Road, but it's something that we need to look at to be done, I'm hoping next spring.
20, can we
Okay,
slow down a
go ahead.
little bit?
Yeah, we can.
26 Old Winthrop Road. Drainage, rework driveway to prevent water flow into the roadway. That is not a culvert change, it's gravel work. That needs to be. Fixed to address water coming into the road.
Okay. But it doesn't call for coverage, so that then we're not asking them to put one in.
Right, but we are asking our culvert person to fix the end of that drive.
Right,
Okay,
So that goes in with ditching?
if you go in the ditching or the guy that's doing the culverts.
Yeah, well, this
Yeah.
probably, but,
Should be the same guy.
but that work would go along with,
I would like-
with redoing ditches?
Presumably,
Okay.
yeah, we need to make
Okay.
sure.
okay,
Yeah.
that's why in the action column, it says ditches required.
We don't have anything, on that in this RFP, so,
Well,
So
ditching,
Let's include it in as ditching.
ditching is included in the RFP.
yeah. Is there,
That we
is there a
talked
ditch
about.
there that he's reworking? This is something else that
Well,
you're
we're-
describing to me.
So Old Winthrop Road back on item 21 has 5,200 feet of ditching,
Yeah.
so you.
Would this come under that?
So on the first, at the end of the first page, yeah, that's how much linear feet ditching for all of Old Winthrop. Right?
Oh, both sides,
Both
26.
sides, yeah, so
That's
then,
it.
then if you have this item that,
If that falls.
you
under
could say, the guy that's doing
Yeah.
5,000 feet of ditching could shit.
Would do,
No, it needs quality gravel,
Right?
not junk out of the ditches.
okay,
Well, that's if they add it.
all right, so Old Winthrop and that, so. All right, so that's gonna stay then, that portion will stay with the ditching contract and not with Pike. Cause it has nothing to do with asphalt.
Correct.
Number 28. We'll stay with ditching.
No, 28 stays with Pike, 26 would stay
Was
Oh, I'm
ditching.
sorry,
with ditching, yeah.
okay,
And
Yeah,
we'll
okay.
address that in the RFP. Need to have something said about it.
so 20, okay, my mistake, cause 28 is Pike. But 26 will be the RFP for ditching, and again, ditching as far, when I say that, covers everything that. The guy's gonna do to do the culverts and the ditching and the trees and.
Right,
Yeah. Okay, just so it's an easy, Berry Road again, we're okay to go to Berry Road now?
Strickland Ferry's all set.
Okay, we're not gonna, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do anything with the Berry Road, but that's something that we need to do and look at maybe to do next spring. So they can be ready to
Good.
to reclaim
It
when
was
we do the mill, Richmond Mills.
David's wish, and I thought the committee agreed that we were gonna try to do Berry Road. Culvert now, so it'd have more than ample time to settle.
Well, if we can do it this fall and we've got the money, fine, but I'm not sure that we'll have the money to do it this fall.
Okay.
Sort of a
Money's a
different,
problem.
it's sort of a different animal than this contract to me, it's kind of a.
Yeah, that could be a standalone job.
Yeah,
easy enough.
right.
Well, see, Berry Road is not included with 6, so it's on this piece of paper, but it's not included with the 6 that you did.
Right.
And it's a different thing, and it's another thing we'll get to in a couple of minutes. So, okay, so Berry Road, Richmond Mills Road. Are we going to put a cross culvert in and tear out the 2-inch base that's already there? or are we going to let it go?
Isn't that, is that what was taken out?
That's 34, sir.
If you. Well,
Index 34. They wanna put a cross culvert in.
well,
I'm just saying, Richmond Mills Road is out of this for right now.
for right now,
So we can talk about it if you want, but out of this RFP.
Right.
oh, it's not in this page, oh, everything on this page is not in this RFP.
That is correct.
Okay,
Yeah, that's-
not,
It isn't, yeah.
I haven't seen the RFP, I don't.
Well,
know.
in Richmond Mills Road,
Yeah.
it would have been in if you guys were going to pave it over
Yeah.
and you decided not to.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
so there,
then that's my area.
so let's back up for a second and put 31 through 36 together as a package for the spring.
Yeah.
Or whenever the money's available.
Yeah, okay. And again, thanks for catching that, cause I didn't. Okay, so then we're at index 37, which is the Pond Road. And I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything in the Pond Road that is not in the ditching con RFP. Is there anything that you see in the Pond Road that's not in the ditching RFP? Okay. So,
What is? Um. Guess I don't know where 43 Pond Road. Currently has landscaping planted over the edge, what are we? Asking them to do, replace culvert and replace asphalt.
what's the index number, please?
43,
Okay, Pond Road, yeah.
what are we asking them to do about the landscape? I can't picture this in my head, what it is, but.
If it's in the road right away, then it's ours to do with what we
Take it
want
out.
to as a town,
Okay.
you know. And then I understand we may have an upset landowner, but if we wanna replace that metal culvert, we've gotta take it out. The question is, do we replace the landscaping to boot?
Yeah. I can't see it, so I
I
don't know.
know,
what it-
well, I know it,
What?
but this is what we've got and this is what we're gonna give the guy. If we're gonna have to replace the landscaping, we could always do that after the culvert man, after the ditching guy does his work,
Okay.
ditching contractor.
Right.
And if the landowner complains enough, we could always go back and do the landscaping
Is
afterwards.
it landscape so it's blocking drainage?
Yeah,
Probably.
who landscapes over the end of the culvert?
A lot of people do really beautiful things at the end of their culvert.
Yeah,
Pond Road in Manchester, you seen what they do to their culverts?
all right. So, are there any more comments about the Pond Road? Innes Ridge Road. The original looking at was done, go ahead, I'm sorry,
The one thing. When I
What-
put
what
together
index
the
number?
quantities for
what index number?
44
Okay,
on Pond Road. So you say it needs to be reset deeper, maybe reused. I just added in new pipe.
Good,
So I didn't.
that's
not play
Yeah.
around with it.
yeah, and I agree,
Yeah.
that's what I did,
are we still buying the pipe?
we don't know
Yeah,
yet,
no,
we haven't got
they're
that
buying
far,
pipe.
we haven't got
The way
that
it's
far.
right now.
They're gonna provide, the contractor provides the culvert material.
Yeah,
And that's because I was told that we have the wrong with the diameter of what we have in stock.
Yeah, we don't have any 15 inch.
Well, the 15s,
Yeah, when we do the RFP, that's when we'll talk about that,
okay.
okay? So Innes Ridge, as I was saying. Both Brian and I went out and looked at Innes Ridge because there was a question about, do we go to the Stevenson to see what they did? Brian and I both agree that we don't know what the culverts are. But that we ought to replace them all.
Soon.
Mom. All on this thing? No. We did some,
Mhm.
what do you mean?
But-
we might have done cross culverts, but did we do driveway culverts?
Yeah, we did a couple.
Okay, but when you go up there to look at it, we don't know that, we don't know where it was done.
Didn't Taylor and I go back and make the list again?
No. No, you didn't,
Um,
all it said was Inez Ridge needs
wait,
to be re-inspected,
Yeah.
at Stevenson.
Shannon was with us, you and Shannon and I went up by his ridge.
Not me.
Oh,
I went up
The
there.
hell is Shannon and I,
Yeah.
we've been back by his ridge, he's made the list.
Okay, well, we don't have it, unfortunately,
I went and made my own list last Thursday.
okay.
Yeah, for sure Shannon was there.
Well, and if we've got a list that says that we can change this RFP, then that's great. But if we don't have the list and we don't know, can we give the contractor? Well, if you look at it, if you like it, or do we go look at it again for more closely as a road committee?
Yeah, so there were two that were done, 70, I just did
Any cheaters going
Yeah.
it.
Your little
Thank you.
magnifying glasses.
Yeah, I did it, so 70 is new plastic, 70 Inus Ridge. And then 97 is new plastic. And then the rest are not replaced, so those are the two, I think, I just went out there last Thursday. So the six that I have, I think in the proposal, there's six, yeah.
So you're saying 70 instead of 69? As far as the box.
As far as it's the address of the driveway. So I'm talking about the address of the driveway. So there's two that I saw that were new plastic, one was number 70, one was number 97.
Okay,
That's
so
what this list says too.
So then 69 then is not, will be 69 on their list, or our list. And 96 on our list and would not need culvert.
Yeah, and then, so those two are not included in this article.
So 80, just so I understand this form, I'm looking at Shannon's now, 80 Innis Ridge Road does not have a culvert, is that what that means, that blank spot in there?
It was, yeah, between addresses, it's just a big tree that needs to be removed, kind of where it would be.
Oh, okay, but there's no culvert there to be
I
required.
didn't add any.
Okay.
They already did,
And so,
Stevenson did it.
okay, and so, where it says metal or unknown, those are gonna be replaced.
Yeah,
Correct.
Where it says plastic, they're not gonna be replaced.
Correct.
Okay,
Okay,
so there's
what about the concrete, yeah,
There's no, I don't think,
Look good.
109.
Not sure it's holding up well.
I remember.
So I don't include 109 in this, my list.
okay,
Good.
so
So it must be good.
we've got 3 culverts that we're replacing in Inez Ridge.
6.
you're gonna
There are
replace,
6, but there are 2 that are already.
you're
planned.
gonna replace 57, 89, 79, and 96. Is that right, Brian, or wrong? I'm looking at this. Oh,
57, 69, 79, 96, and 109.
57, yep, 69, yep, 79, 96. I have 106, but
is there, okay, 106 isn't on the list.
that's not on this list.
Uh,
That's a 36 inch, I just had, no, 36 feet. That had that in mind.
106 on the list.
So
Oh, 106.
there's 57,
Those culvert.
70 is not being done.
so 106 is not on,
69,
106 is not on the sheet that Shannon just gave me. 106 is on the sheet that, the colored sheet that, Tom was talking about, and it says an unknown for 30 feet. 106 is,
Phil Lane.
106 is not on, 106 is not on this sheet. 106 is on this sheet. So,
Yeah.
and Brian, you said 106 needs to be replaced?
But so when I went out there,
Okay,
so, and then I have one at the town line. 30 feet,
so,
that might be the 109
Is it a driveway culvert or cross culvert?
driveway.
well, that gives us the 4 then, that
Well,
needs to be replaced.
uh. Okay,
There's
I
four,
got 109 and 106 also.
Yeah.
Basically town line and 106, so.
so if we,
See, I don't see if, I don't see a 57 Ennis Road on this one. There's a 57 Ennis Road okay, there is, wait, okay, it's okay, okay.
It's just out of
Oh,
order.
no, okay, so we got a 57.
Yeah.
And we got 106, which isn't on here.
Yeah.
We have 96 that needs to be replaced, is that right?
Yep.
And 79
Yep.
and 69. Now, what about this town line one?
I have one at the town line.
That's
Yeah.
what, that
It's up
would
at the top, which will,
Does that need to be replaced, or does it, when you say town line, does that have an address, or is it?
no, it's right up at the cut of the, but you can see where the town, it changes to what Reedfield.
Okay, and there's a culvert under
Under the,
there's a,
I don't remember if it was.
is there a curb cut there? Oh, okay, because I was gonna say, is there an entrance there? to
There,
something?
there is an access there at the
Okay.
town line, yes.
Okay, and so does that get covered too?
That would be the six that I counted.
Yes, that's all I'm putting dots on this thing, so I know
Yeah.
address, okay.
So
All right.
57, 69, 79, 96.
6106,
Town line.
yes,
Those are
okay,
the ones I have.
all right,
And then that's in the RM.
That's what's in the RFP
Request,
currently.
oh, currently, okay. So that looks to me like that's our roads. That we're gonna do, what we've done is gone through and said, okay, this is what we think we need to have done.
This, we're finding
Say again,
the requirement list, I think I can answer the question myself, but I just want to verify. That it's not the number of culverts that we need, it's the number of 30-foot culverts we're asking to fit, right?
that is, okay, I did that. And there was 3 20-foot, 15-inch culverts that need to be changed.
So that means 3 culverts.
That means 3 culverts.
Okay,
There are 18 30-inch culvert, 30-foot culverts that need to be rechanged.
so our count on the culverts.
Would be 27.
Okay.
we had more than that, didn't we, Brian?
No, 29.
We got more than five.
And then the 40 inches, 40-inch,
40-foot.
Yeah.
yeah,
There's
okay.
2,
So
there's 8.
no, I stand corrected. There's only 9.
Okay, here's what we have on our bid schedule.
12, there are 12 15-inch culverts, 15, 30, there are 12 15-inch, 30-foot culverts that need to be replaced. It's gonna take 18 tubes to do that.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Okay, that's what you're at. This is the total number of tubes that we need to buy or be
All right,
redone.
Yeah, so I did,
So like,
Tom's calculation here, this total requirements
yeah,
It's
is
the same.
not, this is not
Yeah.
the way I wrote it.
Right out.
yeah, okay. So like the four,
By roadway.
yeah, there was 140-foot 15-inch culvert. So that takes 4 tubes to replace.
takes 2 tubes, they're 20-foot.
Oh, okay, then there's two
If the
40-footers.
contractor's providing the material, why do we care how many tubes it takes? It takes 2, if it takes 8, the contractor provides it.
Just,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So,
Okay,
If we were providing it, we'd need to know that, so we could have an inventory,
why are we not providing?
because we don't have them. And,
We can't order them?
well, we can order them. Do we wanna do that, or do we just wanna have the contractor provide the materials?
I wrote it up just simply let the contractor.
Contractor provide the materials.
Get involved in coordinating. all
Unless you
that.
wanna order, yeah, do we wanna throw more stuff
I'm just
on this?
trying to get a value for the dollar,
Yeah,
and if
yeah.
you're gonna pay sales tax, and if the contractor's bidding on Paris Farmers Union downtown Winthrop, the
Yeah.
culverts are gonna cost us twice as much than if we bought them ourselves. But it's only money, whatever.
I think it would be cheaper for us to buy them. Cause we can buy them in bulk. I also think
We
that,
can buy them without sales tax and we can buy them through.
Okay, then we'll
I
take the
just-
culverts, no, that's fine. That's a question that I had, that we talked about this morning, are the culverts town provided property? Or are they provided by the contractor? We can make the culverts town provided, we can put that in the RFP while all this is going on. We need to go out and buy culverts and make sure we got them here, when the guy starts.
so
I tried. Sorry.
I guess my other question is because we have 18 inches on hand. Why don't we go 18s instead of 15s? And so then that way in 5 years, we'll be covered with excess rain.
Well, if we could see the hydrology study report that's complete, we'll know if we need to adjust those before we finish this conversation.
They'll be presenting on July 7th. I don't think that that's enough turnaround time to get all of this completed
Do they have, no,
before July
Oh,
12th.
I read your letter in the town report and it said it was completed.
yeah,
Yes, it is. They'll be presenting it.
okay, but can't we get the information?
Yes. Do you want a
Before-
copy? I have the draft copy. They're gonna print
Okay.
them.
Yeah, is that something that
Does it-
makes any sense to us? I don't know what it means
Does
or
the
what
committee
it.
recommend
Let's bring it here and see if
does
they
the
can use
committee
it.
recommend we change from 15s to 18s?
I wouldn't recommend it now.
No.
Not without something telling me that we should.
Okay,
Cause the cost of the
That's-
culvert,
that's all
well,
I'm
then the
asking.
frost protection changes and you'll be
Okay.
more.
That's all I'm asking, so that then the 18s that we've got down at the sand shed, we'll just leave there. And buy new 15s.
Yeah, cause we can use the 18s for cross culverts on the road that's
There,
Ennis Ridge and.
there are some 18s, yeah, but that's it. Okay, so,
One on the improve, but if we do or not. It's the
excuse
state,
me,
the only other 18 is on Green True where it might be on state land.
Yeah.
Well, we have, in the reclaim, we're gonna have some
Some
stomach
nice
too.
18, so.
So they're not gonna go to waste.
well, I'm just asking, okay, so we're gonna stay with the 15s where it's been recommended. And we're gonna recommend to the town, that the town buy the culverts.
I was just
Is that
throwing it
correct?
out there, you don't have to do.
I know we don't, and that's why we've got a committee, and even though what we're doing now is more consensus than we are Robert's rules. But we're just looking at what's the consensus of the three of us, do we buy them or do we?
Can we have some idea on what kind of a cost savings that we're looking at if we buy the culverts ourselves? And
Yeah.
versus having the contractor provide the culverts,
Have to look into it.
and then not having any, then the culverts are provided. We don't have to worry about having the right stuff at the right time, at the right place,
Can
and
I,
if it's not done, then it's our fault.
I can help answer that somewhat without having a complete list. So previously. The contractor that changed a lot of culverts in town went to Winthrop and bought the culverts. At Paris Farmers League. There's a lot of contractors that will do that.
But they're bidding, so they're gonna bid in the cheapest
Okay.
price to get the job. They're not gonna raise the price on culverts.
If I put together a bid for you.
Yeah.
And I price Parish Farmers Union culverts.
Yeah.
The culvert's gonna be twice as much in my bid than if we bought the culvert somewhere else.
Mark. You're bidding a job that you wanna get.
Yeah,
He's bidding the same job that he wants to get. You've been your Paris Farmers culverts. He says, I want this job. I'm buying my culverts where it's less expensive.
okay,
So that's what I'm asking you. Why do we think on a competitive bid situation, the contractor's gonna go buy the culverts at the most
I hope
expensive
it's
location?
competitive.
Well, we can put that, I mean, that's all, yeah.
So what,
So let them buy them.
okay, so then the
Doesn't
consensus
matter to
is,
me.
we'll leave it like you've got it, and, the contractor will provide the culverts. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Alright, so,
There's no skin in the game. I can go either way.
yeah, okay,
I think
alright,
it's just gonna be a lot, it's always. Unfortunately, we don't have, here in Wayne, we don't have a public works department.
Yeah.
So we have Shan. And we have us.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna come down to, well, how many exact lengths of 15 do I need, how many, who's gonna do that?
And-
Somebody has to.
And who's gonna stockpile it? And who's gonna make sure it's delivered on time
That's right.
and delivered out to the?
This is
it's all right, we've decided,
we've
the decision has been made, let's can it. we'll let that rest. What I'd like to do now is to go to the next spreadsheet that you have. And it's the two road surface reclamations. I know that it's coming down, but if we just,
There was nothing in that, to suggest we should upsize culverts.
Uh,
so while he's looking at that.
good luck figuring out what that means. I mean, it's.
Figure it out, I don't have all those.
So grab the next set of spreadsheets.
Take an hour or two to read through this and see exactly what the hell they're saying.
It says 1 and 2, and it's got the Fairbanks Road and Hardscrabble Road on it. You have it in your pack.
Okay,
Shannon did it for us. Again, we've got indexes on the left. And this is the one that Brian, you and Brian went out and got. It's that one right there, it's the big one.
Yeah.
All right,
I like that form.
going through,
What's the advantage, why do you wanna go through these two if they're not?
Not included.
This RFP.
because they're gonna be included in an RFP in the next, it's only gonna take us 10 minutes and it's gonna be included in the next RFP that you write. So let's do it. We're
Alright,
here, let's get it done.
what, is there a risk of putting an RFP out too early that I'm unaware about?
No,
Okay.
no, it actually, yes. Because if I'm asking somebody to do work 6 months from now, he's gotta figure out price escalation. And that, I mean, the answer to your question is, yeah. I think you could put it out too early. Now, we're operating way behind the curve. Right now, you need to put out earlier than this, but
Okay.
This RFP wouldn't seem like it would be too early if we put it out now, cause this
Well,
work is gonna be
and-
done in.
And that's why I would like to talk about it now to go through it. I think we can do it quickly, and then it'll be ready to put the RFP out. And if we don't meet until the middle of July, which is our next assigned meeting, then the RFP will be ready to go, okay? So looking at Fairbanks Road. Is there anything in the Fairbanks Road system that we don't think that the person doing the reclamation. And this is not the reclamation, this is getting ready to do the reclamation. So like cross culverts and that kind of stuff.
Except for item number 10.
Adding the gravel.
Yeah, this bid is part of the award to Pike.
No, this
Pike's
is
a
brand new,
better-
this is brand new. Oh,
No,
I'm sorry, yes, it has been. And this has already been awarded to Pike.
okay, so. Somebody needs to have a conversation with Pike to see if they'll be more receptive than the last person
Yes. I
about the
believe-
gravel. And what's the date, what was there,
Where do you discuss making an amendment to the current contract to include the gravel?
that they'll put it on and grind it in?
Yes,
Okay,
so I suspect that that's something that I will include with the aprons, so it's good that we go over all of this now, so it's all in one line.
so it's, again, this is the same kind of contract, I think, that we just talked about with the wearing surface, is that this is a separate contract, not the Pike contract. And it's work that needs to be done on these roads, these two roads, before Pike goes in and reclaims. Okay,
Mhm.
so clean all the existing driveway culverts. Do we need to go get a count of those? Or do we just tell the guy to clean it?
Right.
How is that handled?
I think you tell the guy to clean it. I don't think you need to tell him to clean 10, clean all should be clean all.
Okay, but how is he gonna do the pricing on that? Is he gonna go out and look at it himself to
Hope so.
figure it out?
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I know.
Because I don't-
I hope so.
All right, so then,
That'd be nice.
so clean culverts is, well, reshaping the shoulders and cleaning the ditches the entire length. That's,
We should put a number on that.
Footage number.
Yeah.
okay, so, and, you got your pen out, thank you, Brian.
So that's a question. Are we gonna ask them to bid per foot on that type of work?
On ditching, yes.
Yes, okay. And reshaped shoulders also per foot, or is that part just ditching?
Keep it as part of it, yeah.
Okay, so clean the existing driveway coverage, we're not gonna put a number on that, they're gonna go out and look at it. Cleaning the existing culvert at a 36-inch culvert,
What number are you on?
okay, number 5
Okay,
is clean existing 36, number 6 is add an 18-inch cross culvert.
That's the new one, where that little dugout detention pond in this.
And this, that thing that says, looks like if is linear foot. Took me a minute and a half to figure that one out. It's not if, it's linear foot,
Yeah.
okay? So add a culvert at number 7 is okay. Number 8 is okay. Number 9 is okay.
So go back, I think we should
Okay.
put a number on clean driveway culverts.
okay,
I'll need a number of each.
Okay, so do you want to do that yourself? Do you want us to, one of us to go? How do you want to handle that?
I'll finish what I said.
and does
Okay.
that,
I'll do it.
Okay,
to me, I would think, I'm gonna clean the end zone.
Yeah, just wherever they're.
One couldn't take it that they were gonna clean the whole culvert.
Yeah.
With the hoses.
Yeah.
So we should clarify what we want them, to
Yeah.
clean
Okay.
the whole culvert or clean the end.
so Brian is gonna count culverts.
Each. Oops.
Can I interject just something for a second?
Yes, sir?
We've got these roads that are being done. In June or in July, starting on July 26th. And, yeah,
Okay, there you go.
and the work all has to be done very quickly on that. These, and you're right, Mark, it's not too early to put out an RFP on these, it isn't, I'm thinking about when it's been done, but. This work can be done a little later on Fairbanks and Hardscrabble. Would it make sense, even though we don't wait until the last minute, but would it make sense to do this as a separate bid?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of, was my.
So let's do this as a separate bid,
Yeah.
although we need to do it now, pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And then we can concentrate on what needs to go out now
Yeah,
and firm this up a little later.
like I would consider Fairbanks and Hardscrabble fall, so we want this done early fall so they can do the. The recycling and the grade and
What is our performance time for the reclaims? Do you remember on our contract?
Yes, it's September 1st, October 15th.
Okay.
yeah, so I think we get
Yes,
those done
fine.
before that.
So this July, August, this bid should be out by July.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we should do this. Once we get this done, then let's go to this and we'll have a framework that'll make it easier.
What we've done is we've done the hard work of saying yes and no, we're gonna do these portions or who's gonna do them. But then it can be left in abeyance for 4 weeks to 5 weeks before the RFP has to be done.
Yeah.
But because we're here, let's get this done and then we'll take that. All right, so. Number 4, Brian's gonna count culverts.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is,
Yeah.
that's all easy,
God bless you.
yeah. Number 10 has already been taken care of,
Yeah.
because Pike's gonna do that, and it'll be a change in their contract. So that's Fairbanks Road. And on Hardscrabble Road. Again, we're gonna need a length,
I'll do it, yeah.
so Brian, and that's in one of those. Sets of roads that I gave you, it tells how long the
Yeah.
road is.
I have a wheel on it.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna reshape the whole thing and Brian's gonna do the length.
Yeah.
With Mark helping.
If he wants.
Town Farm Road, you got the 2 rocks to be moved.
Yeah.
All right, when they're moved, are they gonna go on the shoulder or are they gonna be taken away?
Depends on the size.
We don't know what we got to.
Do we need to put that in the RFP?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it'll,
Some, talk to the
Remove
road.
if possible.
Yeah, talk to the road
Yeah.
commissioner if you don't think you can move it, or some wording.
yeah.
Okay.
Chuck it in the ditch.
Yeah, because right now, that's one of the things that when I did my personal, we've got stones and ditches on Hardscrabble Road.
Hmm.
That have been left there by the grading contractor.
Yeah.
And then there's one road that's got ditches, it's got wood logs left in it. Is that if the town decides to have the person do, okay.
Yeah.
That's another side. Remove the 2 and 3 rocks, replace the culvert and replace the culvert. So that's the RFP details.
These rocks are gonna be, kind of a word whisperer for you on the RFP.
Yeah.
It's cause it's remove marks if possible, or are we saying remove them no matter what? Cause
Hmm.
is it a whole ram, is it dynamite, is it?
I'd like to think about that one at a time.
Yes. Just,
Cause it could be Volkswagen.
I don't wanna talk about it in extent, I just want it in everybody's mind.
Yes,
I think there's a nice addition in there. Any conflicts or concerns regarding tree or brush removal or stone removal should be directed to the town of Wayne Commissioner or their deputy. But if anything comes up, if they have questions about a stone, then we'll go out and take a look at
And we'll put that in the next one.
Okay. And then the last thing I would like to bring up before we do ours is the last spreadsheet that you've got. And this is, as far as I know, the last update on what we're gonna do for, what we're gonna do for the roads. And what we have recommended when they're being done. And didn't I give you a copy of that?
Yeah, we just-
Mark's got it, yeah. So what we're doing now is we're doing the top 6. And then what we've recommended as a committee are the priorities on the rest of the roads that we want done. You got it in your hand on it.
This one?
Yeah, you just don't have any colors in it.
Well, I start with Lincoln Point.
That's right, because that was done in 2023,
Oh.
okay? Look at your right side. Future
Okay.
priorities.
Okay, gotcha.
And as far as I'm concerned, those are still the priorities that we have. But I just wanted to get that clarified with the road.
Yes.
I am of the opinion that if one of these roads is gonna take a lot of money and there's a road underneath it that doesn't take much, I wouldn't change the category or the priority. I would save the money and do the longer road first, that we have a higher priority on doing the road. Would be my
So
recommendation.
you're saying do more of the easy ones, do the low hanging
No,
fruit?
I'm not, no, I'm saying do them as we have the priority. If we don't have the money to do it, put the money in the bank and then use it next year to add to it, to get that
And
one
then
done.
keep your list.
And keep the list like it is.
I think that'll still be case by case ultimately. That will be, how bad is the little cheap road?
Oh, there is that, but because we've already put the priorities on the roads, and again, this list is one of those flexible lists that we throw away easy.
Mhm.
Because we don't know when the road's gonna go bad. Okay, so I took a little trouble on it longer than I was hoping it would, but at least now what we've done is done the priorities on the roads. And how they're gonna be done. The next step is, do we look at the RFPs?
Yes. Did you wanna touch on Dexter Pond Road or do that?
That's
That's a
gonna
big-
be way in the fall, maybe even be next spring, so. Cause there's Dexter Pond Road and there's also the Berry Road culvert. And at this point, I think. We've got enough on our table to do the RFPs.
I like it.
So at this point, I guess it's in your court, sir.
So everyone, yeah,
it. And emailed it out, and you should have a copy.
Shannon and Tom and I. Fleshed it out on Thursday, Shannon typed it all out on Friday. And while I sat there and then we emailed everybody a copy of it.
I think you back error messages from your email. Tom.
I didn't get it.
That's why I've been getting email, like, it's been kicked back from your email, every time I
Okay.
send you an email, even if I respond to you,
Okay,
I don't know what that is.
Is it
anyway,
Connectivity issue, man? I don't know.
no, I'm getting everybody else's, I don't know, but let's get back into this RFP, because that's the big thing that we're here for. The other thing that Brian and I talked about was. Not only the RFPs, but also the specifications for culverts, brush and ditching. Do we have that,
So it's the specs.
the
Yeah,
specification?
so it's in the package.
It's
Item 3, attachment 3, right there. Yeah.
Okay, do we want to, I would like to talk about that first before we do the RFP, to see if we agree with the specs.
Well,
So I would like to
start
do
wherever.
drainage and tree limbing and brush removal contract.
So I would say the first big item to discuss, Henry and I talked this morning. Is do we want to keep brush and tree limb in this contract? So, yeah, Shannon and I made a decision, we're gonna keep it in, lump it all together. But we're open for discussion if you think it's,
Here's the only thing I thought about it, and either way, but I asked Brian if it was in there. It seems like it's a different type of work than the ditching and the cutting back the trees is a different type of work than the ditching and the culverts. Cutting back the trees is not work that requires a payment and performance bond. If you lump it in, you're gonna do a bond on it. If you separate it out, you're gonna have more people bidding on it. I believe that there's more people that are gonna do that. Otherwise, there'll just be a subcontractor for the ditching guy that you hire. And I don't know if it would be done quicker or not, but I was thinking if you had another contractor that's just working on the trees. Maybe on a separate contract, it might be quicker, but. We can leave it together. If you leave it together, then, there'll be a bond premium on it. It's not that much. It's probably 3%, 2.5%, 3%. Because tree work doesn't need a performance and payment bond.
And it'll
And
most likely be a 10 or 15% bump if you leave it together.
there's gonna be a markup. There's gonna be a
Right.
markup by the prime contractor. So the question is, do we want to have and I don't know how much it's gonna be. Does anybody have an idea of how much money we're talking about for this tree trimming business?
Last year was around 15 or 16,000 just for 3 roads.
Just, that's where, and all we did was the canopy last year. You wanna go back on the sides, and Brian and I were talking, do you need to go back on the sides also to? Is that something that needs to be done by June 26th? Or do you just need to get the canopy, or July 26th, or do you just need to get the canopy done by July 26th? I don't know. But anyway, the question is, trees in this RFP or trees and brush in a separate one?
in the three of the roads are the ones we did in the fall, so in theory, they shouldn't need much.
Right.
And the other 3 roads are roads we did 3 years ago. So they might not need as, but I think Innis is gonna need some.
It is,
Do you have a question about tree trimming, like with limbing, with cutting it? Does it have to be limbing? I mean, I'm sure for overhead it does, but can we also use a mulcher on the side? Is that a possibility if someone had a mulcher? It kind of crunches down on the small side trees.
that's what we talked about.
No,
I didn't get the name of
It's
it.
on
I
this,
didn't bring the name of it.
Yeah.
I never saw this.
Yeah, so they used it on our property, and then I've also had somebody reach out to me and ask about the possibility of using it when we do that, but it just has kind of like this thing that goes down on the tree and it just mulches it down, all the way down to the base. I don't know if this isn't a really good example, but
I own one of those.
that's, yeah, tree mulcher,
Yeah.
Yes,
that's what that does.
it goes on an excavator.
Okay, and so it goes on an excavator and it's like an attachment to it and it just goes up and down and. Basically sounds like a weed eater that's gonna move the trees back.
Yeah, it goes up like that, you can do
Yeah.
limbs, it goes down like this, you can do brush.
Yeah,
We've done that before.
Okay,
I think it's super cost effective.
Well,
However, the townspeople went ballistic
because it leaves it all shredded.
because when he reaches up and does the limbs, it leaves this ugly, unsightly, hacked off, choppy looking thing.
Mhm.
Which is not that attractive. I mean, give him credit, right?
Mhm.
I think it would work very well if we had a person go behind him and clean up
Right,
with a bucket truck.
yeah,
And then it might be. Your phone will ring off the hook.
oh, yeah.
If the mulcher head goes and nobody follows up, like quick.
But it is very fast.
It is very fast and it's relatively inexpensive, especially on that ground stuff.
Yeah,
Where those guys have to cut it, lug it out the ditch, chip it or haul it away. Yeah, but it does dirty up the ditches.
So then, what we're,
First.
So
yeah,
you
so,
do the tree trimming before the ditch work.
Well, there's what I was gonna get back to on, do we do them separate? Absolutely, I think it belongs separate. However, it needs to be coordinated. Because if the tree work is done after the ditching, and it has happened previously.
Mhm.
Then all the little stubs that the tree guy cuts off go back to 6, 8, 10, 12 whip poles.
Yeah.
If the tree guy does it first, then the contractor that's doing the ditching takes the little stump out with him.
Yeah.
And we're good for quite a few more years than if we do it backwards. So the availability of the tree guy needs to be closely coordinated with the ditch guy. And it's just long-term bang for your buck. If it's not coordinated, yeah, the job gets done, but
Okay,
5 years from now, we're doing it again.
okay, this tree business. Are we talking like $30,000? Are we talking $90,000? Because let's say we're talking a reasonable amount, then Shannon could go out, not with a formal RFP, but just go out and request quotes from
Yeah.
3 or 4 people, and we can get that going quicker than this. So when you say coordinate, really what you're just saying is that stuff has to be done first.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, and so any idea on what we're talking about?
What are we talking about for this? What roads are you talking about? So.
Here, go to
The
section,
thing-
go to the, go to section 2. Go to section 2 of the RFP that you have.
SE Green through Strickland Ferry, and then Pond, Innis Ridge and.
yeah, it's a 6 we're gonna put the 1 inch on.
Yeah, I think the purchasing policy.
See where they're talking about tree limbing.
Right, 15. I think you're gonna
Only
be,
bidding.
I think it's 15, at least on Innis Ridge per second. That's pretty,
yeah, cause you're doing the ditching on the.
Oh,
Yeah, I think you're gonna be over 15.
Okay, but do you think you'll be over 30? I mean, the purchasing policy can be waived by the select board. It's a select board policy. It can be waived. Last time, was it 15 and more?
It's 15 or more, correct?
No, but when we did it for the canopy for the roads last time.
A couple came in under, but, so I ended up getting quotes,
Yeah.
and one came in over 15, the other 2 came in under 15, so we
Okay.
went with the middle,
With the middle, okay, but it was under 15.
yes.
Yeah, okay. Um,
So it was a recommendation of the committee to do the tree brushing, the tree and brush cutting separately
Yeah.
and not include it in the RFP for the ditching.
sounds good.
Good for you.
Okay,
Sure, it was up to title shit.
Yeah, yeah.
This contract was called drainage and tree limbing and brush removal, now it's just gonna be called drainage and.
okay.
Perfect.
And then the way that it's written in here, it's 12 inches from edge of pavement of right of way and 15 feet, and that needs to be done for a lot of reasons. One is to come and one is.
Well, there's the question, do we want it to be, we can change the spec, do we want it?
It's it's this one
Okay,
here,
I've
I've
got
got the back. Okay, and it says 12 inches, 12 feet from the edge of pavement or within the right of way.
Well,
So what's your question,
So,
Brian?
well, we were talking a little earlier, do we want to adjust the envelope to allow the paving? But the reality is we need to cover the ditches as well, so.
yes, so yes.
So we need to go to the back of the ditches
Yeah,
in
yeah,
theory,
yeah.
which would be close to our
Yeah.
right of way.
Yeah.
So
Well-
probably just leave it in.
What I'd like to do is have this specification, even though it's for this RFP. Have it for next year when we wanna go do another road, we can just pull the specification out and it's done.
So I think we leave it, all brush and limbs should be removed within 12 feet from the edge of pavement or within the right of way. A minimum of 15 feet above the travel lane. Reed Field, it's 14 feet 6 inches.
That's the legal height of a trash.
We're better than
That's the
you.
legal height, but the snow.
So I'm like, we're so much better than you.
Do you have,
We gotta go. 14.
Yeah. do we
We had
have,
the state one is 20.
Yeah.
I'm like, do we need to go 20?
Yeah. do we have any questions or do we wanna make any changes to change or modify the tree limbing and brush removal specs? As a committee?
I would say we don't need to right now. I would just remove it from this and we'll talk
Well,
about it.
I agree too, but that's why we're here is to talk this over.
So the driveway apron and pavement specification will go towards Pike anyway, right? that middle paragraph.
We haven't got there yet, man.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna
We're-
take that.
But we're still,
like,
we're still
the
at tree limbing.
limbing, And that is gonna go
Future.
into a different one,
Yeah.
Right.
and then ditching will be in this one, ditching the
So
fall.
Tom's asking the wording of the tree limbing one. So that's where
And I think the wording is fine, how do you feel about
I talked to some tree guys and they're looking for a different application, tree diameter. Um. Brush is a certain diameter and then they wanna flag trees over a certain diameter.
as, yeah,
So,
so that we left that out because we didn't anticipate. Taking out any full trees, so we only left it tree limbing and brush removal.
alright,
So.
Okay.
So it says any tree or brush not to exceed 4 inches above the ground. All tree and brush debris must be removed from site.
alright, then that becomes another conflict with the tree guys.
What?
Because they claim that the wood belongs to the homeowner. And
It's
they
a,
like to leave it there.
it's a right of way for the.
But this is the town's right of way, not the homeowners.
It's a right of way, it's not a owned property by the town. I did not agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah,
it? And that's good, but I think for tree limbing and brush removing, they're not gonna holler about wanting the wood, if we cut down an 8-inch tree, they might. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, and that's fine, that's why we're here.
But when they do this, they're gonna come across something that's bigger in diameter that needs to go. And. We don't have, do we have a diameter? We don't have a
No.
diameter.
This
Well,
was only
that's
tree
why-
limit, wasn't tree removed.
Right, but there are some trees, that's why they want a diameter.
Oh,
This
okay.
is Taylor telling me this.
What changes brush to a tree?
Right. Because, and I don't, and then the wood issue, I really despise the wood being left in the ditches. They just,
We say all tree and
So-
brush must be removed from site.
So do we write in here that? That a tree, that everything be removed from this area? To include trees of
But it's
a
not-
diameter more than
it's
4
not
inches?
legal. That's the problem.
What?
We don't own the road. The town doesn't own the road. It's a right of way. So the people own the trees that are in the ditch. And they say, we want the firewood. Or they call and complain that you took their firewood or their wood, right? I've lived this. It's terrible.
Well, and,
But then when you leave it there thinking somebody's gonna take it, they never take it.
okay,
So I don't know if it's a notification thing that you need to send a mailer out. And say, hey, we're doing tree work here. Do you want your wood? If you do want your wood, you have 24 hours to get it off the ditch. The tree guys are leaving it behind currently, and I don't like it. Because nobody wants it.
All these guys that trim trees, Mark, that I see along like 133. That are trimming it for the utility companies,
They leave the wood.
no, they got mulchers right there, I think, I'm up in
All the
mulching.
branches and everything.
They, the
I've
branches,
seen the mulchers
they
there.
leave the wood. The guy that
Oh.
did the work last
Oh,
year
okay.
left the wood in the ditch. It's still in the ditch.
okay. So how do we wanna rewrite this? How do we need to rewrite this?
We don't need to write this second if you wanna move on, but there's a
What,
lot.
what do you want to do, yeah,
Well,
what result do you want, and we'll take care of it,
We
tell
do-
us what you want, tell us what you wanna have happen.
we do,
What I want to have happen is I wanna see it all removed.
okay, we do
I do want to see it all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
We-
what I don't want is for people to call Shannon and say, you stole my wood, because legally, it's their wood. I am not an engineer like him, but I've taken the state classes on this.
So legally, wouldn't it be their responsibility to remove it from over the roadway then?
But they didn't ask for it to be left there, the tree guy just left it.
No, Shannon's
That's
saying
why-
it's their wood cleared out of our right of way,
Right.
get your wood out of our right of way.
okay,
You wouldn't want.
While it's growing,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
it would be nice.
okay, alright, so. Well, then your recommendation is that in this specification. That we notify the landowner, we're gonna cut this tree.
That's a pain in the ass, but it's
Just
what
let me,
works.
just let me finish, please. We're gonna notify the landowner, we're gonna cut this tree, we're gonna cut it in a week. We'll leave, if you want the wood, you can have it. We'll leave the wood on the side of the road for 24 hours. If it's not moved, we'll take it away. Is that,
So do I need to have somebody go out and pick up all the wood 24 hours later?
Contractor's gonna clean it up.
you,
If they don't take it, I'd say you back charge them for not removing it.
well,
It's messy.
yes, yes, you would have to send somebody else. If the contractor's not working on that road anymore, then you would have to send somebody out to pick it up. Yes,
Because the ditching guy is not his job, it's not his responsibility.
no,
Think we could have the ditching guy clean it up when, if the wood's still there when the ditching happens, have the ditching guy get rid of it.
okay,
The road committee is recommending that the ditches be cleaned and the stuff be taken out, and then the town has to take that recommendation and figure out how we do it.
Yeah.
How's that?
Regardless, it's out of this RFP.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
As well as driveway.
all right.
Okay.
So driveway and apron specifications, that goes to Pike directly?
Except for gravel drives.
I think when we have. Okay, when we have a culvert specification, that should be. That should be excavate, remove the culvert, put in a new culvert, backfill, and then whatever surface that guy's gonna do, gravel, whatever, it all comes into the culvert spec. There will be no driveway, apron, pavement spec, since that's going into, the pipe work.
Yeah.
And what needs to be done as far as the driving surface is part of the culvert spec.
Okay, so we're not, the driveway, apron and pavement specification spec is gone.
That's correct,
From this RFP.
from this RFP.
Yeah.
Okay. So ditch it. Nothing about depth?
Just says ditching will be performed to return the affected section as near as possible to the original flow line, which means bring it back to what its original.
Yeah.
Was, that's right out of refill. Specs.
And that's fine. I just,
Yeah,
you know, I just asking.
Shannon and I had a
It's,
good
it's
discussion
this one,
about,
is that one in
you
your
wanna establish a.
top of
If you
it?
want to establish a town standard for what a ditch should look like, what shape it should have, what width at the bottom. How far below the gravel subbase should be 12 inches, and what's the slope of your foreslope to the shoulder, what's your back slope at? If you did that and applied it to this, you would turn this into a major project. Cause none of our ditches would meet, partly don't meet the spec. So then you're gonna go out there, now you're gonna chase grade into someone's private property, you're gonna hit walls, you're gonna hit all the things that exist out there.
Okay.
And it's not, for me, at this point, it's not prudent to come up with a standard ditch shape, size, slope. It's just, it'll turn this ditching into a major project that is gonna need right of way. Property lines.
What would you use, like a grade all for this, or what, to do that, you just grade, to just,
Well, grade all back home.
okay, so you,
An excavator, anybody.
oh, an excavator, okay,
Anybody ditch
Well,
house uses an
yeah,
excavator.
all right,
Actually, grade alls are excavators, but
well, but,
that was the original.
but they don't need to. Do they do it on this way, or?
Yeah,
Okay,
sideways,
all right,
and most, everybody ditching has a ditching bucket,
okay.
it's wider, doesn't have teeth.
So is the committee happy with the ditching the way it's written here? Is the contractor gonna know what we want?
Do we have any ditch excavations that are not we haven't specified any riprap anywhere, do we?
No.
So let's just say that, do we want this line jute erosion fabric and seeded everywhere that they repair a ditch?
Ditch line shall be.
The second paragraph of the ditching.
Yeah,
I'm asking you, when you leave with your excavator, do you put in a jute erosion control fabric and seed?
All on Steve Bankins.
Okay.
so that's like, I think it's
I would
stay
see-
greater than 6%.
Yeah,
I think it
there's-
says in the main
Yeah,
DOT.
there is-
So anytime the slope of the road starts to go steeper
Yeah.
than 6%, which is fairly steep.
Yeah.
Then they put in erosion control.
yeah, and then. if
So
it
do we
gets-
wanna make, do we wanna change this to that, the
We could
second
beef it
paragraph
up
that
and add
says?
some, we could
Yeah.
definitely beef it up and add some of the main.
Because nothing is specified for riprap, is all I'm saying there, so it's either, does it all need to be? What we're saying is, the whole thing needs to have this jute erosion control fabric and seed, because there is no riprap. Isn't that, did I get that right?
Right, let,
That's
If-
what it appears.
Yeah.
here.
If we-
That's not the intent.
Okay,
If-
so let's make it,
okay,
let's make it,
Hold on,
let's
Steve.
make it do what it's supposed to do.
But we do want hay mulch on everything.
if we,
Seed hay mulch.
if we say one,
should,
yeah,
one, if we say 1 to 6% is seeded and mulched. 6% and I think it's
Yeah, it's greater
8,
than
9 or 10, and greater than that, but it's like 10 or 12 to go do rock.
Oh, yeah.
So there is a rock specification. So from 6 inch to 6% to whatever the specification is, then use the jute. And then after that, then you have to use, there's a spec for riprap.
But nowhere out there right now do we have that.
We do not, you're
So
right.
then- and
Okay,
then-
so let's just take that out.
Is it, would it be? Would it be, you know, on us to go out and measure those sections that may kick it into those? So then we're into a more of a design requirement.
Well,
than what we currently have.
You're not gonna put a ditch in a 15% slope.
But I don't think any of these roads have that, maybe Bessie, what's not, Bessie's
There,
got that.
there is,
Hardscrabble was the steep one, but we're not even doing hardscrabble right now.
No.
So we're doing Bessie, Green True.
and we may not need it, but I just
Oh,
think that,
Winthrop does have a
Yeah.
steep section.
Yeah. But I just
Probably
think-
use jute.
Yeah,
I don't remember the.
so if we go seed to 6% and send 6% to over,
I think you just said greater,
then
Yeah.
then use jute.
Yeah.
So we can break it that way,
yeah, that would be smooth.
okay?
Then we have to go,
And then we don't give them any specifications on 2 to 1, 1 to 1, 1 to 3, that kind of stuff.
But previously we had a chart. I think the chart's on our website, but I'm not positive of it. And it was put out in a achievable spot. You used a little picture,
Mhm.
but most of our spots it's not achievable. 'Cause
Okay.
it's a dull wall or.
All right. So, but for the purposes of what we're doing for these roads, these 6 roads, this will be fine. If we give the slope specification for seeding and or jute,
And
okay?
do we need to give a.
Okay, now,
Do we need to give a specification for the riprap? We can't have round riprap. We have to.
we're not.
we don't have riprap anywhere.
We're not going riprap on these.
But what we
On this-
do need, Mark, what about this thing you want fixed that comes in addition, where the water's going out on the road that you don't like it? You said it was a certain address.
Yeah, it's not on this address. It's not.
But it's not on this, it's not on this work, okay.
That's the-
But on this scope. Is Old Winthrop Road where we suggested we fix the end of the driveway.
That's what I'm saying, that's what I'm talking
That's
about.
on Old Winthrop. Yeah,
Is that part of this deal?
it's a different deal than the. Yeah,
Old Winthrop Road, okay, so,
so we're
And
addressing
it-
one spot, but it's not like that's bad.
but in the ditching. Where do we put in our contract fixing what you don't like on Old Winthrop Road?
There's nothing on Old Winthrop Road that I don't like.
You
It's
do?
On Pond Road.
Oh, okay.
There is a driveway on Old Winthrop Road that comes out into the road, it stays in the wheel rut and then finds its way over. We're gonna try to correct that in this ditching on. By our list over here
200.
on our, what was the address?
Okay, so we need to somehow get this in the contract,
Old Winthrop Road,
in the specs.
that was 96, Old Winthrop Road, yeah.
All right.
Item 26,
So we need to have that in our. Brian, do you agree that if there's something different that has to be done at 96 Old Winthrop Road or at any of these other locations, that has to be in here?
Should, theoretically should be, yeah.
Okay,
But if we don't think we can have the conversation with the contractor to just shape it for us. That's all.
oh,
Yeah, if we're out there and we say to the guy, hey, when you get to 96, could you just reshape this? You would do it if,
absolutely.
right?
Okay.
Most contractors,
Okay.
could do it for us.
So we don't need to,
I don't think
we don't need to put all that
And if
stuff
it
in
was-
there, okay.
An egregious amount of something, I'd be like, yeah, I gotta get paid.
Yeah,
But that, I wouldn't say I'd have to get paid for.
yeah.
So that's got ditching, so let's turn the page over to culvert. Do we need to put any kind of a slope definition in culverts?
I mean, it's,
It has to be more than 0.5%.
no,
And it has to be, and it can't be more, it has to be greater than, what is it, I think 0.5.
Who's gonna go out there and inspect that?
yeah, we're not.
I'd say you get a 5 gallon bucket of water and you dump it in it, then went into the culvert and see if it comes out the other.
All it says on this is culverts shall be installed to maintain
Yeah.
positive drainage, which is in this place,
That's right.
and shall match the flow line of the ditch.
Yeah.
Okay, but if the ditch,
So 1 second,
if the ditch is a 6% ditch, do you want the culvert to flow 6%?
Yeah, it's gonna have to, gonna
Or-
mimic what it does now.
Or are you gonna have the culvert outlet be higher? So that you don't have that 6% flow through it?
Then I think you leave it to match existing, because otherwise you're into
That's fine.
changing the
Okay.
shape of the outfall.
Oh, I
You know,
understand all
chasing
that,
grade and.
I understand,
Yeah.
I just, you know, at one point it was, at one point it was, you don't have too heavy a grade. Okay, so they don't, you, as a committee, then we don't recommend that we put any kind of a grade percentage in the culvert.
I think I mean, this is how it.
Okay, I just-
Right from refields it worked,
Well,
apparently, right?
Okay,
I think we do it and.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
we
Okay.
need to. I just learned this company, it's a great company, has 3 different. Categories of culvert, they have a wicked cheap forestry grade culvert. Then there's a state spec culvert, and then there's some other. culvert.
HDPE.
Do we have the right one? Categorized is my question.
Yeah, we have the HDPE.
HDPE.
one. Plastic corrugated,
Smooth.
smooth bore,
Yeah.
which is the typical
Are there-
everyone uses.
Different weights in that category, or when you go to a forestry culvert. Does it say something?
Okay.
So like here, there's 2 different grades, right? But they both fall under HDPE.
Right. So we're 15, but we're not specifying that manufacturer with the product, we're just saying.
Do, right, this, but I'm asking, so if. We know there's 3 different quality culverts, how do we make sure we're getting the right quality culvert? This is metal, this is not.
That's what we're expecting, the HDPE, that one. I mean.
I'm just suggesting that
There's-
underneath of that, there's 3 different choices under each.
So we would reference this main DOT spec and that would be what it would be. So that would have a minimum bearing capacity. Right, what it can handle for traffic loads, vehicle loads.
Right,
Okay,
But we could spec the main DOT and put that in there and that would take care of it.
right, because I think there's 3 different weights that still fall under that.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want the forestry grade.
No, well, for driveways, probably. Yeah, okay, yeah, for driveways.
okay, so. Are you happy with the culvert and where how Brian's gonna take care of that now?
Brian's just gonna tweak that HDPE.
Okay.
Yeah, well.
Well, we need to, I think we need to, maybe. We need to,
Like this, Brian will do.
yeah,
Attitude jar.
we need to maybe talk about a ditch, an excavation with, I mean, and hey. Brian knows what I'm talking about. You wanna make sure that you can get we're backfilling with native material. You gotta get a compactor in on the sides of the culvert to backfill under the spring line.
Right,
And so we need to have a ditch that's wide enough to put a plate compactor on both sides of the pipe. And compact the native material in 4-inch lifts or 6-inch lifts.
The
We
state
talked
has
about,
been over whether you square cut or use native, and then they go with this
Yeah.
approach.
yeah,
Then they did the approach for a while, and I don't know which current one they're on now, that there was 3/4 inch crushed stone below the culvert.
yeah.
Which,
Well,
I
we're
don't
doing,
know what they're on now.
we're doing native material.
Yeah. we looked
It's
at
embedded with, the bed bed is native material, so we need to make sure that the guy can get a compactor in there to compact that around under the culvert.
So kind of, when you're into the steps, so now you're getting into methods and means, right? You're trying
No,
to
I'd say that,
tell the contractor how to do his job.
no, I'm saying the trench has, no, I don't know that's telling him, but I
Yeah.
guess you can say they're 4-inch lifts, is that methods and means also?
It says, yes,
But I'm saying it's the same thing, it's methods and means, 4-inch lift, 4 to 6, yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
and it's up to him to figure out how to make sure he compacts it.
we don't have a compact, we don't have a proctor,
No.
we're not gonna test anything. So,
Do we just need to put like some reference to some best management practice articles out there?
Okay,
something?
so.
I think if you look at that, we can look at the state spec, they don't have a spec, state doesn't have a spec for driveway culverts, but they do for crossroad culverts. And maybe on the excavation part of that, I mean, the embedment material is gonna be different on a crossroad culvert.
So
We'll look at.
my other question is, when it says couplers shall be used, are we talking about the couplers that are already on the pipe?
Hey, you did it right in culverts, driveway connections shall not allow drainage onto the road.
Okay, I'm still looking at this original drainage, tree, limbing, brushing, looking culverts, front page. It says couplers shall be used. Is the female part considered a couple on a pipe?
Comes with it.
I know, but I'm just asking, so that's covered. They don't need
Yeah,
to put any,
take it
they
together.
didn't need to put any other kind of band or anything on it, they just put the pipes together.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my only ask, that's my only
I
question.
wondered about that too, and I just pictured somebody putting two ends together, and Brian saying, make sure you use a couple, not some tape or.
Well, I understand,
Cause back in the day, they might have just potted them up.
yeah, and with CMP, you had to use a couple.
Show couplers of them.
Okay, so,
Some come without.
Or do they interlock, do the sections?
Yeah, they
interlock?
interlock. Depending on the brand, some have a
Yeah.
gasket, some have clips.
so I am happy with what I would like to have gotten through as far as specifications and all the other stuff that we've talked about. I know it's been a long time and I know we all wanna leave, so now I think that I'm gonna turn it over to Brian and to you all to talk about the bid forms and the RFP. And is there anything in here that we need to know about? And I know that you've talked it all over with other people, but at this point, I haven't been talked about, so I'd like to have a feel for it.
Yeah. Under general specifications, they can't show up with a secondary caliber.
Yeah, this is.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, show up with that what?
A lesser grade color, cause under general specifications, he says current main DOT specifications shall be met for all materials and equipment involved in this project. So if they use riprap, it's gonna be angular. If they use culverts, they're gonna meet DOT specs.
There is no DOT spec for driveway culverts.
Oh,
Just culverts.
There is no DOT spec for driveway culverts, that's a problem.
okay.
The crossroad culverts, there is a DOT spec, and it would not, and we wouldn't meet it on what we said, because I don't think. I'd have to go look at it, but I doubt that it allows you to backfill with native material. Under the culvert, on the DOT spec for crossroad culverts.
Yeah,
Maybe it does, but I'd be surprised.
like, would we say that entirely? Like, if they dig it up, well, you want that back?
Well, that's what we provide for.
If we could add a caveat in the spec that says if.
Native material is suitable.
Are
Native
unsuitable.
material is suitable. If native materials are unsuitable, then we're gonna have to have an inspector out there to decide
Yeah,
whether it's
what's
suitable or not.
unsuitable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if, and of course, you'd have to have somebody out there to look at that, but if you're compacting in 4-inch lifts, it's probably gonna work out okay for a driveway. Or even 6-inch lifts.
Yeah, if it's not paved. It's not the end of the world if it's ain't well anyways, but if it's not paved.
But, yes.
Right. Uh,
Okay, so we have the notice. Henry was going over some of the dates, so maybe Shannon, if you wanna,
For the dates,
for the dates, so.
well, it was so the 26th, trying to get it out, so I mean, we started working on this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, and then just finalized and kind of going through everything yesterday or Friday. Now that town meeting's over, so reshifting focus, trying to get it out as soon as possible by the 26th. And then, I mean, that now we're just starting to get into July, select board has their first meeting on the 7th, so.
Okay, now, I think it needs quite a bit of work. I think that can be done in a couple of days, but I mean, we can go through and talk about the different things, but just on schedule.
Yeah,
Okay, if I got it written down here somewhere. Bids open July 26th, if it's approved on July 7th, June 26th, if it's approved on July 7th. And the contractor has 10 days to return a contract and bonds, etc. That only leaves them 5 working days to complete all the work.
Yeah.
Okay, so, we're gonna have to have a special select board meeting on June 25th. And then you can get an award by July 2nd. And that can give them like 14 working days. And if they work weekends, then they have more than that. Now, is 2.5 weeks a sufficient time to do this culvert and ditching?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it won't be done in 2.5 weeks.
I don't.
All right,
Depends who gets it.
Yeah.
I think that's quite a. There's a fair bit of work here for a guy to be able to do it in a long time.
okay,
And also, just correction. And maybe I can't see my thing right, but is Thursday really the 26th?
oh, yeah.
Thursday the 25th.
So that needs to be.
You need-
changed.
yeah,
Is
there's a
it due on
couple-
Thursday or is it due on the?
There's a couple
26th?
things in here that need to be changed on dates.
Bid due no later than Thursday, June 26th.
Yeah,
But we can have, okay, so. If it can't be done. Do we need to split it up and award 2 contracts? And have 2 contractors out there working? I don't know, I'm just asking you, you said it has to be done by a certain date. How do we do that?
What guarantees the same guy doesn't get both contracts?
Well, we award.
we do that.
Yeah, who guarantees that? And that's kind of silly, but I mean, I don't know how else you do it. We can say this is a firm delivery date, no kidding, this means you, and then the contractor would have to put that in his place that he has to get on sufficient crews to meet the date.
You could just actually read through an old Winthrop Road together, that's on one side of town, and then Innis Pond and Strickland Ferry is on the other side of town.
You know, I'm not suggesting that that's what we do, I'm just asking how you get this.
Yeah.
It has to be, we want it done by, July 26th, is that when the paving starts?
July 27th, yes,
Okay, now,
the 26th would be good.
how long does it take to do these roads to pave? Because we can direct a guy to start on the roads that were already done, but I think this paving is gonna be done in a pretty short period of time, isn't it?
Yeah, they're gonna knock paving out quick.
They will.
Yeah. Like 1 day per road?
No, I'd be surprised if all the pavement takes them 2 days.
Okay, all right, so by July 27th,
I'm a little concerned that they're, well, yeah,
by July 27th, all this stuff has to be done.
Yeah. It's gonna be such a short window of paving that.
Yeah,
And is there wiggle room in Pike's contract to push him out of a few weeks?
I can talk with them, yeah.
I mean, it should buy us some time with this, that might be another option.
Mhm.
You know, if we could get the paver guy to bump his schedule out,
When did we say you needed to finish? Do you remember?
August 31st.
Okay,
so probably it'd take him 3 days, because knock them all out, so if he does
Yeah.
it third week in August, who cares?
Yeah, it would make more sense for him to do it in August and then come back out to do the reclaim right in September, but
What was the deadline for that? And this August what?
August 31st.
31st.
And then the next one rolled right into the next day, September 1st with the reclaim start.
So the committee is recommending that Shannon talk to Pike to see if we can push back their start date by at least 2 weeks. Am I right when I say that?
Yeah, that would be great, if we could,
Okay,
that would buy us
and
time.
does the committee think that? Does the committee think that, or giving the bid to two different contractors, will that increase the time, lessen the time that it needs to be done?
Well, how many, Mark, how many? Could a decent sized contractor, could you do 2 driveway culverts in a day?
Oh, you can do many more. I'm concerned about the window of time that they have to get here,
So
not
two
about.
a day, there's 29, so call it 30, so
They
2
could
a
do
day,
4 or 5
15, that's 2
The-
weeks.
Driveway focus, do 4 or 5 easy a day.
So they could do in less than 2 weeks, they were bang.
But
So
I,
my concern is getting here.
Yeah,
I'm just asking.
yeah,
That's, it's not, what can they get the work done in the amount of time? Can
Oh.
they even get it to this town? in that?
oh, okay,
yeah,
Yeah.
the ditching would take long,
Yeah.
but the ditching is gonna control.
It's unfortunate that we're in this situation that it
And that's
boils
my,
down to being so late.
Yeah. that's my fault because I should have pushed it back in March when you gave us this and I didn't. And I'll take that hit on my shoulders.
Fault doesn't do us any good right now.
I know fault doesn't, but anyway, that's why, one of the reasons that I wanted to do the 2 reclaims today. So we've got that done. All right, so just put this out to 1 bid and try to push it off 2 weeks. Ask Shannon to talk to Lads, to talk to Pike to push it, their start date off 2 weeks. Okay,
Yeah, I
anything?
don't know if there are any other comments on it.
Yep,
I think that would help us.
all right. Anything else in this? Information for bidders? That you
We'll
wanna-
figure out the dates.
You want us
The
to look
dates
at?
hammered out.
I have a lot to say about it if anybody cares, but it isn't anything that this committee needs to work on. It just has to do with the RFP and what it should look like.
Well,
And,
yeah, to me, this committee needs to know what the RFP is, sir.
okay, well, let's get to it. Can I have, let me have a cleaner copy, the one that you, and then,
Where's?
all right, section 1.
What
Scope of
you-
work,
Oh, what?
it is on the RFP.
Yeah.
Section 1 on the scope of work. I don't think
this.
this. On the RFP, there you go. I don't think the scope of work is roads, Bessie Road, Green Tree, this tells the guy what he's supposed to do. And I think section 1 should say, provide labor, materials, equipment, work and services to complete the following described work in strict accordance with the specifications and contract in sections 2 and 4 of this endorsement. Then what this, instead of having the dots in these roads, what you need, I suggest, is what we had. The copy that I took off the website had some tables here.
Bid form, on the bid form.
Yeah, the copy on the website had this at the end of the.
Oh, that was something I had started.
Okay, and, well, actually, I think it should be, and that, I think this should go here.
Okay,
It should just following, and it shouldn't necessarily look like this, but it should say install culverts. I guess that's culverts and ditching now, should be described as the work. The scope, this, That's what it should say. That's what it should be. Is all the rest of this the same that was on the website?
Is it, I emailed it
Email.
on the
Or
website.
yeah, I'm sorry,
Okay.
no, I'm sorry.
In this conversation.
Well, he's reading from two different pages,
Yeah,
papers. He's
yeah.
got papers that he,
I don't have, I don't have any comments on it.
and we don't have his papers.
So I think the bigger thing is Henry and I
Yeah,
think
well, we need to.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Henry and I will do some wordsmithing and revamp it to
Yeah,
pretty it up a little bit, and then. As far as what the committee, we're gonna remove tree limit and brush removal. We'll make the decision on removing the 18-inch road culvert on Green Tree Road. The specs we just finalized, and then the contract, there's just some language that we need to make more consistent with the RFP. And it's fun volunteer, Henry and I would glad to take care of that part, so I don't think there's anything else. For the road committee to, and we'll give you guys the final versions of all 4 documents. How's that? Does that work?
I didn't even want to see the final document, but like, well, it's gotta go out.
We'll give it. I think that should do it. Personally. But I think it's
Alright,
Okay.
ready to roll. We'll take the brush out, so then you're on to brush control. Another little contract to get it out there, figure out.
is there anything else?
So, and as far as I'm concerned, those that I passed out, we've talked about, and what Henry had and most of what he had, we've talked about. And with those two, they worked them all out before, but I just needed to wanted to have a feel for what was happening.
Yeah.
So anyway,
It's down to wordsmithing.
I have nothing further. Either of you have anything further?
In regards to this, no.
Okay, in regards to anything?
Anything. So we didn't do any maintenance this year.
That was what my first original recommendation. We hired somebody to come in for 4 hours a day, $25 an hour. And mileage to run the roads and to look at all the non-specified bid materials. And a couple of extra other things, whether the Shannon as road commissioner and whether the board will approve that or not, I don't know. And I didn't bring it up as a thing for the committee to approve. I just brought it up as a personal statement.
Do you have a specific list of certain things you have in mind?
Just.
For maintenance?
Same
To look
list
at?
that I've given before.
What is?
If you take,
Shoulders, trees, stops, signs. Brush,
Right,
so I could get more specific, but
I didn't know if there's any procedural areas that you were
addressing.
every crack sealer.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, so we're trying to focus on this right now.
Yeah, when is that focus gonna
Shift,
get all of them?
well, I can't do all of it, so I'm trying to do one thing at a time, and then we can focus, so if I have priorities,
Two different categories.
right, if
You
you.
only focus, as Tom said earlier, on one category. The other work still needs to be done.
Right,
The budget was cut because the money was not being spent.
So calcium chloride has been ordered, sweeping has been completed, patching, we do that on an as needed basis.
It's as needed again.
Okay, so I'll make a note of that, as needed townwide. I just had them go out and patch a hole out by the Loud Rec Center on Dot Road,
Yeah,
so is there a specific place or all town?
hard scrabble and Mount Pisgah Road is the first ones that come to mind. You'll probably Berry Road again.
if we have somebody look at the roads and come back with a report.
Yeah.
Won't that
Thought we
cover
have
that?
somebody that does that.
We don't,
Okay,
to my knowledge.
I thought that was part of the road commission.
Painting's been done,
Just-
culverts, we have 3950 left in the culvert budget, so we're currently looking at some other things. If there's any other culverts that you know that are clogged or need maintenance, let me know. I know of a couple that I keep an eye on regarding beavers. Are there any other culverts that you can think of need maintenance?
No, There's
Okay.
a lot of road
Alright.
show that work that needs to be done.
Alright, well, I'm looking at, so going down our list
Okay.
of operations you just pointed out, so gravel, we have $2,200 left, oh, excuse me, wrong line. So we have 39,000 left for gravel, I imagine some of that we're planning on putting into Fairbanks. Cause it'll get moved by July 1st, we're in 2 weeks left, so in the next 2 weeks of what I'm gonna expend, if it's not expended, it's gonna go into the roads budget.
Yeah.
So that's probably gonna be used in the gravel for Fairbanks in the fall. Winter salt, that's complete, winter sand, that's complete, crack sealing. Was there crack sealing that you had in mind?
The one in particular one was on Morrison Heights,
Morrison
And,
Heights.
and we don't have any money in the budget for that.
the future budget.
We don't have any money in the future budget for that. It was deleted.
Deleted, yeah. that was-
It's zero.
okay,
That's where we take stuff away from gravel
Yeah.
to put into cracks.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's out. So grading, they just finished, I expect an invoice here soon, I believe that they've been out there doing Dexter Pond and Hards Gravel and all the other roads as well. So I'll have to reach out to someone regarding calcium fluoride here soon on Tucker Road. And Strickland, well, not Strickland, but Tucker primarily,
Right.
and Hards Gravel,
Let me know how that goes,
okay,
cause I will do it if you can't find anybody else, as I told you before.
and then ditching, so, any particular spots for ditching?
I think we're ditching, I was trees and, shoulder erosion on my big complaints.
What do you think? I don't know if this is practical or not, but what do you think about putting out a contract that has an estimated amount on this brush removal and stuff that takes care of what we have in mind, but also has an on-call basis for the guy at a certain fixed price to be called to do other stuff throughout the year? Or on this ditching and brush removal that we have, are we gonna get a contract? Is it gonna be somebody like Pike Industries that just does it one block at a time for towns, or is that something that we could get somebody on call? A contractor to come out as needed, to do what we want for these roads and to do the maintenance that you're talking about as far as brush and ditching goes. Did I make any sense, or did that all sound just like fish coming out? of my
Yeah, it
mouth?
sounded like fish. to me.
I
So we
think,
had rate sheets at one time.
yeah. Mark,
That's what I mean.
Mark, give me a minute, please. I think that we need to put a contract out to ditch Hards Gravel Road. Or Bessie Road, or whatever road.
Okay,
Yeah,
I do it by road. I
okay,
think we need to put a contract out to do brush removal on Berry Road.
by road, okay.
By road, and I think that this, and again, it's not an official from the committee, but that's why I'm asking that the town hire somebody to go out, make a list of what needs to be done, bring it back in, and then as the road commissioner Shannon, she can look at that list and say, this is what we need. And Shannon, this is where I'm gonna give you this, cause I made it up. That's where I got all the numbers from. I know, but just, you keep asking about it. That's where the numbers come that he's talking about for road maintenance. Was this list that I took away from the town warrant.
Right.
Okay, I don't care about salt, cause that's done. I care about culverts and I care about gravel. And I know that we killed this to death. Is there anything else?
so when are we gonna talk about maintenance?
Which is good,
When
so Hards Gravel and
So what?
West Cliff or Patrick.
we gonna talk
I've got
about?
plans for shoulders.
When we gonna talk about that? We're gonna talk about that at the July 31st meeting when we have a list of stuff to look at.
Okay.
And that's why I'm asking the town to hire somebody to do that, or if somebody wants to do it as a volunteer basis. Because we do not have a list, we need that. And I would like to look at it on the July 21st road committee.
If you have any of the lists from when we previously go around. That is still the same list.
Okay, so does that, I know that you wanted earlier, but is that okay? Does that answer your question, sir?
Sure.
Okay, because now we've got at least a plan to how to get it. We don't have a list to look at. I don't have a list in my hand. Maybe someplace there is one, but I don't. Anything else, Shannon, from you?
No.
Henry, from you?
No, sir.
Okay. I know it's been a knockdown drag out, but thank you for all for your work. I think we've accomplished a lot today. And I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.